Welcome to the Loud Lounge with yours truly, Selector Free, and today, I normally say this is not your normal show, but today I will call this show my birthday edition, and today I want to show a different side of the Loud Lounge. This is more inspirational to a guy like me, and in studio today with me, I have Septimus. Welcome to the Loud Lounge, Septimus.
Yeah, respect myself. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so no long talking, let's get straight into this.
Yeah.
So Septimus, those that don't know, you are a Jamaican, let's say Bermudian recording artist.
Yeah, man.
Well,
Some people call it Jamudian.
Jamudian, yes. And we can also say,
Yeah.
for those that don't know, he's a culinary connoisseur
Yeah.
in Jamaican cuisine.
Yeah, man.
We'll get a little bit more into that, but let's get straight into it.
Yeah, man.
Where did the name Septimus come from?
Well, Septimus is a Latin name. Seven stand for Septimus.
Okay.
And it's got perfect number of completion.
Okay.
So my dad, I got that name from my dad. It's my real name. A lot of people don't know it's my real name.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's my surname. Yeah, so when I was younger and in the hospital, I used to realize that the nurses used to love me more than all of the rest of people that on the ward because my name is Septimus. They were so fascinated about Septimus. I didn't know why they always love me like that, but they just like, I just love your name, Septimus. So as I grow old, I start to look up, you know what I'm saying? You could Google everything nowadays and find out the real true meaning. So Septimus is a really God name, you know?
Now, let's do something a little different. We're getting people to know your fan base, people understand who Septimus is.
Yeah, man.
A typical interview would be like, oh, when did you start singing and who was your influences? We'll get into that part of this discussion. Because it's not an interview, this is a discussion.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Right.
you're a very inspirational guy to me.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a lot different than the norm.
Yeah, man.
Let's talk about the upbringing of Septimus. Those that don't know, you are a Jamaican national.
Yeah.
So what were your experiences growing up in Jamaica? As those that can see, that understand football, he's an Arsenal fan. We talked prior to this interview is early going on because the powers that be from the management more of Arsenal fans, but I will let you know, Septimus, I will shake your hand.
Yeah.
I will never walk alone because I'm a Liverpool fan, but let's keep it going.
It's all right, man.
So give us the background of Septimus.
Yeah. Well, the background of Septimus, you know, really, I was a little, well, if you really listen to one of my songs, the song that I have on my last album, Mission album, it's on YouTube and everywhere right now, on social media. Mission. I do a song called Mama, I Love You. You know, what I was telling a story about a young lady. My mama gave me a call telling me a story about a young lady, 17-year-old, in Jamaica, living in the mountains of St. Andrew. And she was walking by, you know, a little sloop. And she was 9 months pregnant. The day before our baby was born, she slipped and rolled down a hill and she was stopped by a tree. But she cried out to God for God to spare that baby life and spare her life as a mom. And while she was telling me the story, I always said in the song, to cut a long story short, the 17-year-old girl was my mama and that baby was me. So I always say, you see, I could have been dead, but God spared my life for such a time as this. So I'm that little boy they used to call Untley. That's my first name, Untley Septimus, that grew up in Mavis Bank, Mount Charles, St. Andrew. In my earlier days, go to Mount Fletcher All-Age School. And, you know, just used to love sing. I was raised by my grandmother, you know, and my dad. And, you know, just love music. From long time, just like to play drums and, you know, just do some crazy things around.
Rhythmic.
More rhythmic, yeah man. Okay. And also, my dad used to, you know, when I was younger, my dad used to float and go to farm work, that call it, and cut sugar cane. Okay. So used to bring in the 70s, he used to bring back some 8-track tape. Those were the days that I get influenced when he started to bring back some Percy Sledge. And him started to play them, and I started
Now
to
let's
hear.
hold it right there. We don't normally do this, but Bermuda, listen to what he said. He said 8-track. Well, let's talk about the generational change.
Okay.
For those that don't know, 8-track was before cassette.
Yeah, man.
Then after cassette, we would now say the records before cassette.
Yeah.
Then came CD.
Yeah.
Now is what we modernly call the MP3. 'Cause
MP3.
We have to be politically correct
oh,
with,
man.
with the whole audience.
You got it down, man, for real. Yeah, for real.
So you say Percy
Sledge.
was one of your favorite
My
artists.
favorite artist, yeah, man.
Okay, speaking of your artistry,
Yeah.
the way I hear you sing, you have a retro dancehall flavor
Yeah.
with a modern twist.
Yeah.
Who would some of your artists that you would say gave you the background of who you are,
Yeah.
and who were some of the producers
Okay.
that we would put out there, like your bucket list producers,
Yeah.
to that who would you like to work with? Like, let's say a King James or a Big Yard.
Oh my God.
Or, you know, like, let's talk about that.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, coming up, I used to listen to a lot of Channel 1 and Studio 1 as a young youth coming up. And then, King Jammins also. But then, I'm always fascinated by the guy, I'm a virgin called Danny Brownie. Always have some really dynamic rhythms that you could just bust a big lyrics span and just boom the place down. You know what I mean? Always his music always seems to accompany your voice. You know? Okay. Yeah. So
it grabs your attention.
It grabs my attention. Also, Sly and Robbie and them guys way back. I used to really fascinated by how they make certain beats that, just make your heart pump more blood, you know what I mean?
Okay. So coming out of your artistry as a singer,
yeah,
you talk a lot about rhythms and the rhythmic side of music.
Yeah.
Is there a side that we may see within the next couple of years?
Yeah.
Septimus more of a producer and a rhythm maker from this?
Yeah, I started that already in secret that a lot of people don't know, because I'm a producer still. Like, I'm a really good director in the studio when musicians really making my tracks from a longer time, because usually I like to make my beats around my songs. So if I have a musician that could play good and they can't really compose the music, I could actually stay there with him and help to compose the music, to give him the style and the feel of the beats, and let him compose it. So actually 2002 in the Caribbean Marlin Awards in Bahamas, I actually got 8 nominations as a producer. So I've been in the producing business for a while too.
Okay. Now, from your production side,
Yeah.
who were some of the artists?
Yeah.
And let's put it out there in two perspectives.
Yeah.
The reggae culture perspective.
Yeah.
Then let's put it in a spectrum that some people, the worldly perspective.
Yeah.
Who are some of the artists you would like to work with? And what would the types of tracks that you would like to create with these artists?
Oh my God! Oh, yeah. Hey man, I don't like to be biased, man. But to be honest, like I'm one of these guys who, like, as a God youth, what you call it, and everybody know me as a Christian.
Yes.
A man who believe in the Almighty God, believe in Jesus Christ, believe in righteousness. But I love a certain amount of guys in the reggae field. Me not tell a lie. Man, like, I'm gonna tell you, I love a Sizzler.
Okay.
Right? Because you know what I like about Sizzler? Him have that energy and him just tell it just like it is. Like he's a demander. I like a Capleton. Okay. I like a Buju Banton. You know what I mean? I like a Bounty Killer. I like Beanie Man. I like... those are a couple of DJs, but I still love a lot of the younger DJs too,
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like a Vibes Cartel and a couple of them other guys. I love them persona. I love some things about them, the good side.
Okay.
But when it comes to like singers, no, I would say my favorite artist out there is Papa Berris. You know, okay. I just love a Berris. I love a Luciana. A lot of guys out there. I don't know,
Let's give you this perspective, right? I don't know how to say this, but Barris's era even though we don't want to admit it at the world,
Yeah.
we won't say it would happen right away, but you know it's at the ending.
Yeah.
And coming from an artistry perspective,
Yeah.
and me being a DJ,
Yeah.
who do you feel will be the next artists that are out there to take it to that step? Now, these are from my perspective.
Okay.
You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Christopher Martin,
Yeah.
Romaine Virgo,
Yeah.
a female that I believe has a great vocal talent but is very underrated,
Yeah.
Elaine,
Yeah.
Itana.
Yeah.
I'm a very D Major, believe it or not, is one of my favorite
Yeah.
artists.
Yeah. Good artist.
A guy that has also taken the spiritual realm of now professing to be a solid Christian.
Yeah.
We would say Wayne Marshall.
Yeah.
From the old Wayne Marshall, from Skirtium to now, you can see the
It's
transitions.
Melodon. Yeah.
From a local perspective, I would put, he is in studio right now, I shouldn't say it, a Mikey Wild. As a local, I'm always going to be a huge Collie Buddz fan.
Yeah.
Troy Anthony.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Jesse Seymour fan. And for my dancehall perspective, I can throw in E-Levels and Cutty in there.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So those are my views on it.
Your views.
How do you feel about which artists will take from the singers
Yeah.
to the dancehall artists to take dancehall and reggae to the next level? Because some people would say dancehall and reggae are at a standstill right now.
Okay.
Who do you think?
Well, I don't really have to guess still. Like for me, the feel that I get from a Romeo and Virgo, it's just like the first time I saw this youth, him just out of the box like the Usain Bolt. And, you know, a lot of younger artists come with some modern twist, with some style, but sometimes, for me, when you look on the music charisma, sometimes some of those songs, like, they last for like 3 weeks, but for a Romeo and Virgo, I think he could be like a really a runner who can carry the button to a long distance. Yeah. And there are a couple like Christopher Martin and a couple of guys that you mentioned, like Chronics and them guys who step up to the plate and bring the reggae up to a level.
Right, so
they could actually carry it if they keep that momentum.
Right, their music has the longevity.
Yeah.
It's not one-hit wonders.
Not a
These
one
are
hit,
songs
yeah.
that you can play for years and time and remember.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, coming off the music a bit,
Yeah.
I expressed earlier how you're, let's put it out there, here's a chef
Yeah.
in Caribbean cuisine.
Yeah, man.
You guys know the accent, you see the jersey, so you know what Caribbean cuisine he specializes in.
Yeah.
A few of the restaurants he's worked at, Jamaican Grill,
Yeah.
Island Spice.
Yeah. And I did like, I used to do the Bombay Palace right beside also India way back in the days. Okay. Like I used to do the Jamaican cuisine in there as the head chef. Used to be sold out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's my working vibe here in Bermuda, just to bring good food to the people. Yeah, I do those restaurants and people still love it even up to now.
Okay. Now, speaking of your cultural background,
Yeah.
the music aspect
Yeah.
is very inspirational.
Yeah.
Can you give people an aspect of your life story?
Okay.
The hards, the ups and downs, because people may not know you.
Yeah.
But this is a chance for us to express
Yeah.
why I consider you an inspiration to me, and I want people to get the inspiration from this interview. Tell them the backdrop of your story of who you was to who you are now, to give them a better understanding.
Yeah, well, you know, sir, I'm a man, me love, basically, I love metaphors. So, me have one of my songs say, Bermuda no want no more murder, Jamaica no want no more murder. I'ma say, like, in the song. When I was a teenager, I never know my danger. I used to run around like I'm a low ranger until I woke up on Jesus, my savior. Things I used to do, I do them no more. The friends that I used to keep, I keep them no more. You know, the places that I used to go, I go them no more because I don't want my head top get bored. You know what I mean? So those are parables basically saying like, yo, you see Septimus in the church, and I never was born as a Christian. I grew up in the streets. When I say in the streets, you don't know, people all over the world know what streets mean when you've been in the streets. So grew up hard. So me as a youth, I grew up really hard, you know. But I just think so when you're young and you're unwise, you make some wrong choices. And
your decisions are based on the crowd in which you keep.
Yeah, you love where you put it, man. Respect. So, but you know, as I go along, and you know, I remember one night I was part of some youth in Kingston and Jamaica, and you know, I felt like I was doing a lot of foolishness, to be honest. Just being a gangster in the street. And
heard on that, we'll give a Bermudian word.
He
was getting caught up in a lot of skadogry. Because there's some Bermudian words. You know what I mean? He was falling. He was on a narrow path, but was getting peer pressured into the events that caused him. So let's give us more about your story.
I remember, to be honest, back in the days, my uncle, I used to have my uncle named Uncle Ken. So he came to me one day and he just said to me, Uncle, you know you're gonna die if you don't go back to the country, because them see that the friends them that me used to keep and don't know the streets. You know what I mean? Cause as a little youth, the streets were hard. My auntie and I were hard. And I just catch it right away when him said that to me. I said to him, yes, uncle, I'm gonna leave. And I packed my bag with 9 pants, 1 Clarks, and I leave all of my rest of clothes. And I make it to the bus stop and beat the system and boom, and reach to the country. And I stayed for about a year. And when I went back after that, like half of my friends them die. And it teach me a lesson. I never really gave my life to the Lord yet. But when I look back and I say, if I never listened to my uncle, maybe I would be in the grave. So what I do, when I went back to my country now, and one night I was, you know, dressed up, came to the streets, and I heard them have a church service. A man was preaching with every voice. I think his name was Deacon Wellington. But he was just talking so cool, but so profound. And as he was there talking, I was like about 19. You know, I just came and I take out my whistle and I build up a spliff right in front of the preacher. And the preacher preaching, and I hear a voice speak to me like, young man, you're too bareface. That's Jamaican language. Like God talk to me. Trust me, no lie. I look to the right, look to the left, and I don't see no one. So I go like that. I hold the spliff and I say, what? Nobody hear this but me. This is like God talking to me. So I got up and I went around the corner of the shop while he was still preaching. And then I said to my brethren them, hey, let's keep burning some weed, man, cause tonight is the last night I'm smoking any more weed, you know. Them say, you? I say, what you mean by me? I say, yeah, I'm listening to the preacher. I just felt like God calling me right now. I'm giving my life to the Lord. So the preacher went on to say, be not deceived, for God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. It was just metaphor, parables, and I understand exactly what God was saying to me, because I know what I was doing. So right away I started to do the maths, and I said, I know if I go back there and start to do certain things again, I know like I'm gonna die and I'm gonna maybe go to hell.
So what we can say from what you said, that was your reset.
That was my...
Made you understand the path that I take will go to a view or ending in my life that I really don't want. So I can shake your hand. You reset. And this is what we know here.
Boy, you're so wise, man. Respect. For real. No joke. It was a reset for me. But at the same time, let me tell you this. While I was doing all of those things, you know, I was very musical inclined. I was the same youth that them used to carry down Winrod Road, a place them call them Shanty Junction, when them used to have the big dance with Volcano, and when Yellow Man them was coming out, and all of them guys that Super Cat and back in the 80s. So I was the youth where the Rockfort man them used to carry down as them DJ, Little D. Me used to name Little D them time. And when me touched the mic, the whole place boom down. So I was very talented, but it was like I was swinging between two roads, music and the streets.
The lifestyle.
So I was like, you know, them both can't work. So I just make up my mind. And the preacher called the altar call the night. And I didn't go to the altar call. I just stay, I smoke a lot of weed, me and my virgin. And I said, tonight is the last night I'm smoking no more weed. So they thought like I was, I'm not gonna be able to do it. They said, I give you 1 day, man. And I said, yeah? They said, oh, you love girls, man. The way you love girls, and you love DJ, and you love rare tete. I said, okay. But put me to the test. So I just went home, and I bowed down at my bedside, and I prayed, and I said, Lord Jesus, please forgive me for all the sin that I've done. Nobody know what I do. And I know most people that listen to me on the podcast right now, and on the TV, or the streaming, or whatever, none of us born righteous. No matter how you see the preacher, just have him collar and him guns and all them things there. Yeah. Every one of us have a testimony. But sometimes some people, Paul said, I'm going to tell you what Paul said in the scriptures. He said, some things that we do in secret, it's a shame to even talk about them. That's why sometimes you don't really like spell out certain things. Because you don't really want, like it seems like you're boasting.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because for example, when I'm in the streets and a guy said to me like, I want to bad me up or something like that. I said, yo, ease yourself, man. And you know what I mean? I'm just trying to show him like, listen, there's nothing that you're doing or trying or talking, I don't know. I grew up in that, I know that. From a baby, but life is about choices. The decision that I make decide my future. That's why I'm still alive.
Right. And by you saying that, it's an understanding of maturity.
Yeah.
And knowing where you were to where you are now.
Yeah, man.
So understanding that.
Yeah.
And a saying that I will give to you that was very inspirational in my life is that my mom used to always say, tough times never last, but tough people do.
You're right, boy. Your mom was right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So understanding your past to know where you want to go in your future.
Yeah.
Now, we've talked about your music. We talked about you being a chef.
Yeah.
But those don't know you're a family man.
Yeah.
You're a father of how many? Elaborate.
I got 2 handsome sons.
2 and some sons.
Yeah.
Right. I don't normally do this, but we might have some female viewers.
Yeah.
What is the status of Septimus?
Well, right now, Septimus is sealed and signed and gone. You know, because right now I'm married for 31 years.
So you heard that. He's a married man.
Yeah.
So at the shows, respect the ring that you see on his hand.
Yeah.
Respect the ring and respect the vows of marriage.
Yeah, man. I'm married from I was a baby.
Okay. Now, being a family man,
a
chef, and an artist, what I want to talk to you is about the moral base of your structure from this interview and how you talk. You're a very moral based and structured Christian man.
Yeah.
How do you make the time for everything?
For everything. I think for me, I make the time is all about, I mentor a lot of people right now because I'm doing this spiritual motivational speaking to a lot of young people right now especially. So I always say to my people, you have to hungry. When a man hungry, you figure a way out to find food.
Yeah.
If you ever hungry, I don't know about Bermuda right now, because Bermuda with it right now. But most people don't really hungry that much in Bermuda. But people then, some of the third world country, they know about hungry. When
the survival.
Hungry, survival. So
survival
for me, I make time because I'm hungry.
Yes.
So like I want to do this interview right now. I woke up 4:30 this morning, and I went to work and I cooked maybe 50 pots. And I serve a lot of people already. And I come here right now to do this interview. And I'm going back to work again. And I'm doing a show later on. So you're going to wonder, oh, you do this. Listen, I just figure out a way and a strategy how to do it. Because I'm hungry. I want to do it. And when we touch the stage later on, we're going to St. David's. I'm closing the show. Everybody wait for Septimus. It's just the living fire when I come. So I'm not scared. I just come for lift up the name of Jesus and I have the melody and the energy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I'm proud to be alive.
Yes.
I'm passionate. So that when you wanna to do it, just have commitment. That's all I say.
Show the commitment.
Yeah, man.
Don't do it in another aspect.
Yeah.
Producer, editors, don't do it half-assed.
Don't use it. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Because I'm one of those guys. I don't believe in half-assed.
Mediocre.
Right. If you do it for me right.
Yeah.
Do it right, because I would do it for you right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now, you have your sons.
Yeah.
You're a married man.
Yeah.
What is an aspect of Septimus that you want the people to know, but they really don't know about you? Any hobbies? Stuff
Okay.
like that?
Well, the thing about me, but some people don't know about me. Who don't know, I'm a very funny guy. I like jokes. I like life.
Okay.
I like love. I just like to laugh and smile, and I'm kind. I like to cook up food and play music and maybe play some games. I love football.
Are you good at dominoes?
Yeah, I like dominoes. I play football.
well, hold it right there.
Boxing.
Bermuda, we're gonna sort this out right now. Before this summer's out, I'm playing dominoes. But let me show you, I'm gonna bring an all-star cast. Okay? I'm representing Bermuda.
Okay.
I'm calling out my boy Wild Apache.
Okay.
The fella Jamaican.
Okay.
Now I've got some Guyanese partners. I'm gonna call out my boy Devon. And then also I'm bringing the Trini crew.
Okay.
My boy Richie, Vernon, and Corey.
All right.
So we can say we're having a West Indian domino game.
Yeah.
So that sounds like it?
Oh yeah, that's good. That's all like a real combine, like a buffet.
Yeah. So we'll have for the Trinidadians we'll have the pilau,
Yeah.
roti. For the Jamaicans we'll have the jerk chicken,
Yeah.
brown stew chicken. To be honest, I'm more of a fried dumpling man. I don't really do the boiled dumpling.
Okay. Well, you can get some fried dumplings on some festival.
Yeah. And some soup.
Yeah.
Some soup.
Yeah.
But
Good.
this has been a very inspirational thing to me because as a DJ myself and as a young man in Bermuda, your songs, the metaphors and the lyrics you say in your songs, it's a lot deeper than just a shout.
Yeah.
You know, you talk about a lot of inspirational stuff, life, the transition of life.
Yeah, man.
Once a boy, becoming a man.
Yeah, man, for real.
So those that don't know his music, you can stream it. Please tell them the platforms and let them know the name of the albums so they can listen to it. Go ahead, tell them.
Well, you could check me out on Instagram and especially YouTube. You know, so YouTube, you can play my videos on YouTube. You know, Septimus Music, you know, Facebook, all of them different platforms. But my albums are War Against the Devil since I came in Bermuda. I have an album before that when I won the festival in Jamaica, 1994. I was the Gospel Festival winner in 1994. So now I did have an album, it's called Jesus Is Coming Again. Then I did my album here, it's called War Against the Devil. That was #1 for months and months, maybe a year. That was the biggest album in 2000.
Okay.
It lasts maybe for 2 years. And then I have Role Model came after that. And then I have now Mission. Okay. That just my last album, distributed by VP Records.
Now, speaking on VP, what was it like getting that phone call from VP saying that we would like to work with you and the production of your album? What was that moment like? For those that don't know, VP is a heavy hitter in the reggae industry as well as artistry and promotion for building artists. Well, so what was that like when you got that moment?
Well, listen to that. That was really a good feelings, man. But the genius behind the scene was Mr. Glenn Blaney. Well, he's my manager, and he was really energetic about my vibe at the time.
Yes.
When we spoke about bringing Papa San here. So he flew in one of the big boss from VP Records to come here and stay at a hotel and come to the show to sit and see me. Because he said, Septimus is really good. I needed to listen to this guy really sing. So the manager came down and Mr. Donovan came and come in the show and sit down and watch me sing before Papa San came. You know, everybody knows Papa San is a legend. Well, we came up, we about the same age, come up in the same era. But I got saved before him because I used to name Little D. But people never know me that much because I got saved early. Even them Papa San and Stitchy, when them do those fast talking, and there was an error. So people think like it was just those two guys do that. But I was one of them guys who was really good at that. Like they I chop up that cook it up. I mean,
Chef it up.
Chef it up. That's why when them see me in a gospel concert now, so when Papa San came down and saw me sing before him, his daughter was gonna sing after me to bring him on.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, Septimus, hey, what I'm gonna sing now? I said, hey, it's me bring you, man, don't worry.
Okay.
What you're gonna do is go back to your old school before you start to do your new
Now,
song.
that's an aspect of you I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, a guy that was major in your career,
Yeah.
of you singing, Glenn Blakeney was the first guy that actually, people that knew me, I'm a selector in awesome song.
Yeah.
So I was known as a song man.
Yeah.
But Glenn Blakeney was the actual guy that brought me to the whole media platform.
Okay.
He actually put me on the radio.
Oh.
So
good.
he brought me out of just playing at parties.
Okay.
And brought me in the aspect. So I can say we can say Glenn was inspirational to both of us.
Okay. Yeah,
And
man.
we can say he was the backbone of the products of what I am and what you are today.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
before we say anything, we appreciate it, Glenn. We may not be always around the studio like back in the day, but we appreciate the backdrop and the structure that you gave us. So we can say you're prodigies of your product.
Yeah.
Before we go, Septimus, where do you see yourself? And I'm gonna give you 3 aspects.
Okay.
As a producer,
Yeah.
ready? As an artist,
Yeah.
and Septimus the brand and movement going forward.
Okay. Well, 3. Well, I would say, yeah, for me, my vision is kind of big, so I'm thinking big right now. I want the sky's the limit for me, because I know any day I could get a call, or God would just provide that right person. Because basically for me, I know I have a lot of gifts, more than one gift. So I always think about this thing they call the singing chef, and I'm branding it right now to do my
TV show?
restaurant, TV show, podcast, just have my mic. You see me at a place singing and cooking and like, because I have this song where I say, eat the Jamaican, eat the Jamaican, eat the Jamaican way. But say, me not go tell no lie. Me have to tell the truth, me love me ackee and my saltfish and my roast breadfruit. Good corn dumpling and me good gungo soup. Pineapple and my carrot. Use make me juice. My boil up my waist and me use make my roots. Jamaicans make we support, we produce. But that is just a DJ style. And I just felt like I could just sing and cook and lick up some fire.
But it's amazing that you said that, right?
Yeah.
We are on a platform.
Yeah.
And this is just not local, it's international, it's global, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Channel 82,
Yeah.
Mr. Woods.
Mr. Woods.
That from us having this conversation,
Yeah.
maybe we can have future conversations.
Okay, that's
And
what I'm
while we're
talking-
having those future conversations,
Yeah.
let's have it there. Let's talk about sponsorship to create something.
Yeah.
You know, it may start small, but it grows big.
Big, yeah.
Because in order to walk, you
have
must
to
first
creep.
learn how to creep.
Yeah.
Damn crow.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
So
man.
on behalf of the Loud Lounge,
Yeah.
this has been our inspirational show. So Bermuda is yours truly, Selector Frey from the Loud Lounge, as well as awesome song with Septimus, the Loud Lounge. We out of here.
I hope I did it right. 'Cause sometimes